You know, Susan, we didn't get all of that exchange, and Ellen DeGeneres had an exchange with him defending the merits of same-sex marriage in a very personal way. And you know, first of all, good for her for having a platform where all the candidates can talk, I think, in a pretty real way. What did you think of that moment and how John McCain came off?
Look, I think John McCain came off as not a hateful person. I think he came off as most Americans do. And quite frankly, as far as I know, and I will stand corrected in this, he has the same position on this as the two other candidates, Barack Obama and Senator Clinton, in terms of wanting civil unions but not marriage. Right. So I think it kind of takes that issue away. How you deal with this issue, as I think with so many of these social issues, if you deal with it with tolerance and with respect and with understanding, I think politically we survive as a nation, and I think politically you survive as a candidate. Unfortunately, sometimes Republicans do not do that, and I think John McCain showed Republicans the way to treat these disagreements with a little more respect.
I should just note, though, that he is actually against civil unions. He's not in favor of civil unions, and he does have a real difference with Obama and Clinton on this, in that he has said that he would support a constitutional amendment in his home state of Arizona to ban it. So he's a lot farther to the right on gay marriage than either Clinton or Obama is.
But he is for partnership benefits?
No, well, no, he says you can enter into a legal contract if you want, but he's against civil unions. Okay. That's a pretty extreme position.
Let me get some comments from people who have been emailing as well. Pamela from Washington writes this: Hillary Clinton keeps making the argument that the popular vote is the valid metric, that if Florida and Michigan are not seated, many voters will be disenfranchised, yet by only counting the popular vote and ignoring delegates, she is in fact disenfranchising the millions of voters in the 5 caucus states which don't count the individual votes. Michelle?
Yeah, this is a very slippery slope for Hillary Clinton. As we have seen, is that, you know, what happened, unfortunately, for Senator Clinton is that she didn't really have a campaign strategy after Super Tuesday. No one ever, no one in her camp thought that Barack Obama was going to win Iowa the way that he did. And so the goalposts continue to shift. And this lady makes a very, very valid and important argument here, because by saying that she wants to take care of Michigan and Florida, it's very similar to the arguments that we heard earlier in the campaign, where I've won the big states, he's only won the small states, and that says to the people in the small states, well, don't we count also? So it's a valid argument, and one that I'm sure we will hear lots of voters discuss in the future.
And Ty from Indiana has this to say about John McCain: how dare John McCain call Barack Obama an elitist when his wife is appearing in Vogue at her California seaside home? Last time I checked, the Obamas only have one home. Plus, have you ever watched Cindy McCain walk through crowds of people with her husband? She never shakes anyone's hands, nor gets close to the crowd, yet Michelle Obama hugs and shakes hands with everyone. Who is the elitist, not the Obamas? I'm not quite sure that's fair to Cindy McCain. In terms of not shaking people's hands at events, I've seen her do that. But it does raise an interesting question, and a big question, Jeffrey, and I've got 30 seconds, so take all the time you want to answer it, which is, how do we really define elitism anyway?
Well, windsurfing.
Okay, thanks very much. No, I'm just kidding.
And 9 homes and $100 million. Forget it. Windsurfing is the issue.
I think $100 million qualifies you as an elitist. Windsurfing does.
Okay, all right, that's it. Thanks to a great panel. This has been a lot of fun and very informative. We're back tomorrow night. Hardball next.
John